letting you know you're not the only thing in the galaxy. All right, looks like YouTube. Oh, it's trying to start. All the YouTubers at Area 51, stop playing, Christine. They really went? I thought that was kind of a joke. I hope not. Oh, they bet. Look at the news. Now you're going to get me in the news. They better not be. Y'all not that crazy, y'all. Y'all looks like YouTube is starting. Are they that crazy? This was kind of a joke, though, wasn't it? I didn't think it was really real. I thought it was Russian bots, because I know the Russian bots. You know, the Russian bots like to get Americans in trouble. You know, the Russian bots, that's what they do at UK and America. And they make sure that they get y'all in trouble doing things so your government get pissed off at you. All right, YouTube should be up. There we go. Let me see. It was acting up late hours. What was acting up late hours? 5G satellites. Lisa, they got so many weapons down there. That's the last place on earth you want to be. Like I was kind of joking the other day that people get down there and see the aliens, they pee on themselves, and y'all should invest in diapers. Why, by the way? That the YouTubers are actually down there close to Area 51. Y'all invest in diapers. The diaper companies, woo, they gonna be smoking. They get down there and see an alien and see the first 5G death ray come out the tower and dew out the sky. They're gonna be peeing and pooping and they're just gonna be all Area 51. You know how it's like a desert right now, Christine? It's a desert everywhere. I bet you grow some blueberries down there. After all the YouTubers are done and they left, they realized, oh, I thought it was a joke. It's really aliens in there. Oh, they just be poo and nitrates all over that desert. They pee, they got the nitrates in the urine and the ammonia from the pee and then hydration and oh man, they might, you know what? This could be, Christine, an effort to do some geoengineering. This could be an effort to actually get down there and cultivate Area 51 so all the people working in there with the aliens got fresh vegetables to eat. All right, I'm done. All right, I'm finished. I do want to look at the news. I want to look at the news. All right, look, yeah, YouTube is working. I haven't looked at the news in a long time. I don't know what the hell the monkeys are scared of today. And I kind of need to know what the monkeys are scared of today, because if you don't ever know what the monkeys are scared of, you don't know which way to run. Gotta know which way to run. They run into Area 51, you go to 52. No, don't do that, don't do that. But serious though, real talk. I like it when stuff like this happens because it actually allows us to talk on a greater scale about the realities of things that should not be happening. And the most important thing you need to know about Area 51 is not that there are aliens in there, not that UFOs in there, not that they have electromagnetic devices, not that they got the skunk works, not that they got special fighters and alien robots and clones, and not any of that's important. The only important thing when this stuff comes up is your federal government is not allowed to own land. That's all we need to talk about. All we need to talk about is this country was hashtag not for you. Nobody wanted you, okay? None of the 50 nations wanted you, okay? You almost started a war trying to create yourself. Nobody wants you here. You are not allowed to own Area 51, Area 59, Area 52, Area 7, Area 9. All that land has to go back to because you didn't have the constitutional right to get it in the first damn place. That's number one. Number two, you don't have the right to have a CIA, a FBI, a skunk works, or any of that other crap. You're not allowed to have a military industrial complex. You're not allowed to have a standing army or any of that crap. None of it. That's why I like it when these things happen. That's why I like it. And please do not please do not run at no damn government site. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't run it at Willow Grove base. Don't run at no bases in Alabama where all the damn tanks are. Don't run at no bases in Texas. Don't run at any bases, people. Don't do it. Don't do it. But stage it. Like get down there, get your tents and stuff, get your campers and pretend like y'all are. Get in the news so we can talk on a larger scale. Like, why are so many people distrusting of their government that they'd actually do something dumb like charge sniper rifles in 5G? Like, why are people so disenfranchised and disgusted with government on one side that they would run into fire and cannons, and on the other side they keep posting about who they're gonna vote for to keep it going? Polar opposites. That's all we have, people. That's the best we can do. George Carlin said it's the best we can do. Polar opposite. There's no middle. There's no moderates in America. It's just like you all these extremes. Everybody's all over the place. Well, there's enough people on the extreme. That's the only reason I'm actually on here, because y'all keep me sane. We're sitting there just like look at people on both sides of everything like, really? Y'all gonna storm Area 51? You really? You got kids? You're gonna vote again? For real? I know, I was upset with voting yesterday. I love y'all to death. I do. I don't understand. But I think I've converted some people. And it's not my intent. It's not my intent. My intent is to fix the world through me modifying my damn self. And post it on Facebook would make no damn sense to me. As long as you got that Federal Reserve and money makes the world go round, it doesn't matter if Kamala wants to fight racism. Racism is profitable. You will have tons of it, because that's how the two-party system works. Speaking of that, I do want to go into the news. All right, no more storming the castle. I'm done with storming. I just thought it was funny because it was like mainstream news the other day, like ABC or CBS, one of them other line news stations or pro-war stations that want to get everybody that believe in Julian Assange, and when he told you the aliens were real, get y'all running down and get y'all killed. I think it's a joke though, Christine. I agree with you. I think it's a joke. And Daniel, if you do not need a ride. You don't need no damn ride. Somebody take Daniel and strap him down. Because sometimes, I don't know, he'll post stuff, it make me think that he might go down, and no, don't. Because at first I thought you was going. I did. I saw your post and I was like, is he playing? So no. You will be dying. We need y'all alive. Don't go down no damn Area 51. All right, I'm gonna jump into the news. I do want to look at some news. One little clip here, because it's election season, and so of course, they're gonna cue the racism. They're gonna cue all the and it's not about racism. It's just about
many major news stories
all the things that they actually don't care about, but they know you do. They know that you're emotional about, but these are all the things that keep them in office, because politics is about conflict and keeping you upset and scared and running and voting. So they're gonna talk about all the things that they said they were gonna do last time. They damn sure ain't gonna do this time. They damn sure ain't gonna do it. So I do want to look at the news. Can we look at the news, y'all? I don't want to talk about aliens. I don't. The aliens are in the Area 51. Stacey, please tell them. Ain't nothing down there, y'all. Because they moved them. That was my point, is that these people aren't dumb. These people literally run the freaking world. The aliens were there. Yes, they were there. Everybody, let's be clear. All right. Since Roswell, you had all of those people who were aging, and just before they died, they were like, aliens are real. We really saw them, the bodies, and they would die. All over YouTube, you can find it. Yes, Roswell happened. It was a craft. It wasn't the first craft America got. They got a bunch of them. That's not the point. They put them all in Area 51 because y'all didn't know. The dumb monkeys didn't know Area 51 existed. They didn't know 49 was there, 47, 42, 43, all the way back to 1. And the minute Bob Lazar thought about telling everybody, they took Ed and packed them all. Aliens, come on, y'all. Hey, Zabutu, Magata, Zinach, all of, that's like a Russian alien. They got them all together, put them in the, because the whistleblower told you that, right? They put them on the plane, they flew them all to Wright-Patterson, put them on trucks and everything, because they drive midnight when y'all asleep and all the dumb monkeys asleep. The only people who knew what was going on were truckers. And people like me. I used to work overnight. I was out on the road at nighttime. Like, the hell? Yeah, you want to scare yourself? Go out at nighttime. Just make a consistent effort to go out. You see crazy things at night. You see the weirdest shaped trucks. You see trucks that just got escorts. And, so the last one I saw, it was a convoy. Because like when that war is in the air, like now, they move the convoys at night when y'all sleeping. That's what happens. They know that you take your Malexinex and Methiathro and Mesylate and Xanax and you go to sleep. And that's when they move everything at nighttime. They do. I'm telling you, I've seen it. I saw a convoy, had to be 20 damn trucks, police escort and military escort. And the trucks had weird names on them. I don't remember any names of them. It was like something Burger Company or something like Candy or something, and other things that didn't make any damn sense. You don't need Popo. And you don't need military escort and black SUVs to move. I'm just saying, go out at nighttime. Or you know what? Do me a favor. Talk to the truckers. That's what you do. Don't talk to me. Go find yourself a trucker who drives at night and ask him what the hell happened at night. Truckers are crazy for a reason. They drink for a reason because they see all the crap that we don't. All right, done with it. But anyway, they packed them all up, moved all the aliens to Wright-Patterson. Everybody knows that. Flew in there once. That's at Dayton, Ohio. I had a hot C-130, flew in there once when I was actually a kid. And they took them all to Wright-Patterson. And that whistleblower, then he said it a few years later. He said, yeah, they all at Wright-Patterson, y'all. And as soon as they did that and packed them all, all right, now aliens got to go again, y'all. Somebody get the change of address forms from the post office, and then they moved them somewhere else. We don't know where they are. Don't know. Sorry. Any alien, they don't know where they are. I think the aliens probably know where they are. I don't think they're biological anyway. How did y'all get me talking about aliens? I don't think they're biological. I think they're just AI clones or something left over from some other civilization. Like when we die, when we all die, the only thing that's gonna be left is computer software and AI and robots just walking around. Like, y'all been to Giant, seen Marty? Marty, the one that actually calls the humans. They told us, they lied. They said that Marty was gonna help the humans. But actually, Marty is that giant, and he ain't cleaning up nothing. Because it's like, yeah, we're going to get an alien, we're going to get a robot slave. He's going to clean the aisles of giant. Humans won't slip and fall no more. Going to clean up after the humans. And they flipped the script. Marty's out there. He ain't cleaning up a damn thing. Marty's a supervisor. Marty walks around, looks for the dumb humans and spills, and he calls a human to come clean up the spill. That's what's going to be. That's going to happen when the aliens come here like, damn it, we was here. It just seemed like a minute ago, I guess about 13,000 years, and where all the humans at? Buildings everywhere, and crap. Ain't no monkeys alive and killed off the rhino. Ain't no elephants around. The whales are all dead. What the hell is going on? And then the aliens gonna walk in giant. Ding, dong. And they're gonna be Marty. All right, I'm done. I'm sorry. Marty's still gonna be alive. That's what I think aliens are. I think most of them grays, because they kind of, one of the whistleblowers said something like that. And they're just clones. They're just clones that are left over. All right, can we go to the news? Let's go to the news. All right, that was a lot. I scare anybody? Where are my anti-alien people at? Usually they're here yelling and screaming, and they got the angry faces going, don't say aliens exist, I'm special. All right, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna look at the news. Let's go to the news. News. Get it all out. Everybody feel good. What's today? Tuesday? Tuesday all day today. I think, is this the one right here? Nope, that's not the one. Is this the one right here? Nope, that's not the one. I want to talk about it. I'm telling you, it's coming. Y'all can feel it's coming. We're going to talk about aliens one of these days here soon. We just have other important things to kind of talk about right now. Aliens are important, yes, very important to me, because the monkeys got to realize we ain't alone and we can make it if we stop being stupid. Very important. But in reality, you kind of got to deal with what's in front of your face at the time. And right now, what's running our face is the election. Got to deal with what's in front of your face. And what was in front of my face was some lychee. I was planting lychee fruit. I'm always planting something every day. All right, let's check this time.
One thing in common these days, don't they? They're largely promoted by those Russian bots. At least that's what some of the US political establishment is saying still. US Senator Kamala Harris is blaming Russian bots for promoting controversy surrounding now the American football player Colin Kaepernick's anti-racism protest. Caleb Mopin asked representatives from both ends of America's political divide then about the difference between outside influence.
Hang on, just to catch anybody up, if y'all don't know who Kaepernick is, that was the guy who took a knee during the pledge to the Rothschilds at the football game that everybody said they ain't never watching NFL again, ever. They're like, I ain't never watching the NFL again. I ain't ever doing it. We gonna stop protest the NFL. And I did a video. You can go back and check. You can go back and check if you want. I was just like, y'all ain't gonna protest it. Like, y'all ain't gonna protest the NFL. I know, because I watch y'all. You're not gonna protest it, and I know you. It sounds good, yes, it does. You're not. You're not. I know you. I know you too well. You know, your wife's sitting at home by herself. She on the internet, going to sites she probably shouldn't go to, looking for guys with six-pack and abba-dabbas because you out with the guys watching football. You are not. A man turned down his for something else, that something else is too important to him. They were like, Cap or who? As soon as the game started again, the favorite team got out there, the jerseys went right back on. They were like, Cap or what? Cap or who? That's who Kaepernick is, the bushy guy. And he did the right thing. He stood up. He stood up. We need to stop with this police state mess because the politicians lying. Like, I know you're going to be mad, but Kamala and the rest, they're going to combat racism. And, they're the ones who did the police state, and they're going to keep it going. They're going to make it bigger, all right? That's why you got problems. So, but he was standing up because the kids were getting shot by the police, right? And it was a wonderful thing. It was a wonderful thing to not bow to the Rothschilds' flag and allegiance because it's not America's anymore, it's a corporation. And what happened out of that? And so everybody stood up. Oh my God, black kids are shooting like hotcakes. Somebody in the UK thought it would be a good idea, I think, to do a study to find out who gets shot more, white kids or black kids. And then we found out from that actually in numbers, white kids get shot more, black kids by percentage, but white kids get shot like hotcakes too. And so people, they get on the sides of things. And when the truth comes out that, oh man, everybody should be working together, we got a problem. And the problem is not racism. We have a problem. The problem is we have a police state. The problem is every time election time comes around, everybody jumping, yelling, and screaming, singing. And this is my position. And it pushes people away. And I don't get it. I don't understand how your mind works. Literally, for a minute, be serious for just a minute. Just a minute. I might be a few seconds, but kids are being shot all the time. They're being abused. They're being misused. They have men with guns coming after them. And it's not normal, all right? This is not normal to have grown men and women with 300 pounds and thousands of dollars of military equipment hanging off the belt and everything. And you know what? I will say that the police are getting healthier though. Because they used to be at the donut shop and they had nothing to do. But this is a bad idea. Carrying all this equipment, running after chasing these children in the trailer parks in the ghettos. Bad idea. This is not normal. But why does it occur? Because the politicians write the legislation. That's why. The ones who say they're coming to help are almost always the ones who write the big police state legislation. All right? That's why it occurs, because you believe this crap. All right, I'm done. That's who Kaepernick is, to let everybody know, in case y'all forgot. He's bushy. I don't think he's employed, but I'm sure he made a couple million. And I bet bowing to the Rothschilds flag. Not saying the allegiance.
Influence and personal judgment.
Do you remember the controversy involving American football players who refused to stand and instead took a knee during the national anthem as part of social unrest started by former NFL player Colin Kaepernick? Well, 3 years later, Kamala Harris, a leading Democrat candidate for president in 2020, is saying that the controversy was a plot from Russia.
Remember the heat that ended up around the bend the knee and Colin Kaepernick. Mm-hmm. Many smart people have said it actually was not a thing. The Russian bots started taking that on.
Now, there happen to be quite a few leading voices promoting that issue. Perhaps Kamala Harris hasn't seen all of this, or all of these voices were also inspired by Russian bots.
And first of all, no, it's not that she didn't see it. Let's just be honest and be real. It is her job to make you look stupid. It is her job to literally fool you, all right? It's time to grow up. These people get jobs, and the job is to get you to vote. Now, whatever they do, whatever they choose to say, however they choose to say it, the job is literally to get you to vote for the system. That's it. That's all, nothing else. Kamala, I'm pretty sure she didn't figure this out. She looked bright and fine as hell. I'm pretty sure she knows this, okay? But that's not the job. She has a job. All right, here's an example. Let's say you work at McDonald's, you cook fries. You go in there to cook the fries, and one day you just decide, I ain't gonna cook the fries the way McDonald's say. I'm gonna cook the fries the way Burger King say. That's what's right. They cook them better. You're gonna get fired. That's not the job. The job is to work for the party. The job is to fool people, get them charismatic, and get them out voting, and she will tell you exactly what you need to hear, but she will not get Rothschild's approval. Rothschilds require racism. Why? Because you still fighting it. They need the fuggles. They need them fake struggles. This is why she's saying. So no, it's not that she doesn't know. It's just not her job. It's not her job. Like Trump, it's not his job to make America great again. The Rothschilds would shoot him tomorrow if he tried. It is not his job. And it was not Obama's job to clean up Washington. The job is to keep people engaged in the system and make voting cool again. And it ain't cool. Keep the system. If it makes money, this is how oligarchy works. If it makes money, they do it. If it makes money, it'll always happen. It's true. It's 100% true. If it doesn't make money, they're not going to do it. But they'll tell you that because they know you believe. Anyway. Round bigger than we thought. Fox News posted 1,000 stories.
Gridiron defiance, fists in the air and knees on the ground.
And it's only preseason. NFL players are already protesting the national anthem.
The first Sunday of the NFL season kicked off today, and the games also bring a return of the league's national anthem controversies.
I'm sorry, I think I'm in the Russian dance. You know how to do that dance and kick the feet? I'm feeling that right now. 2 years of NFL protest. No, there were no 2 years of no damn protest. The players, not the people watching football like you do. They got the soccer shoes, the hats, the coffee mugs.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out, he's fired.
Well, again, and that's his job. What is his job? His job is to make you believe. I know you believe it. I got a lot of Trump friends. I know y'all still believe, and I love y'all to death. But I know you believe. But his job is literally get you to cheer the Rothschilds flag. That's all it is, to get you to cheer, to get you to believe, just like Kamala's job is. It's about taking adults and getting them to believe in fantasy fairy tales, that banks actually gonna let you make something great again and they making trillions of dollars. Hell no, they own the damn world. They own nations. Why in the world would they let somebody make America great? America is a cog in the system. They own it. It's a department of the 100 families that run this damn planet. Money makes the world go round. So he says the things that get you to cheer. And I don't know if you were out there cheering. I'm pretty sure somebody was. I'm kind of convinced they got the applause thing. Applause and people start clapping and stuff. The reality is, if he was trying to make America great again, right here, you see that guy right there? He trying to make a Trump hand right there. They'd have killed him, just like JFK. This is how the world works. I know you don't like that, but that is how the world works. It's about getting you to cheer for banks, literally cheering for banks. That American flag, it is now the crest of central banking. Rothschild said it is a department. They bought it in 1913, 1933. That's what's happening. That's real. You don't like it, it's the truth.
He's fired!
Is it done, Yuri? No, Comrade Premier.
Meet Marnie Halassa. She's an environmentalist, a lawyer, and an outspoken critic of the status quo in the United States. So how do you feel about gun control?
Hang on. What'd you say? She's a lawyer? All right, now, what do we know about lawyers? Did anybody, oh, goodness gracious. She's fine too. This is why they play people. Men, we need filters. I know. But women get caught too. It's just, damn, she a lawyer? Why are you going to lawyering? You know what lawyer? All right, I'm sorry. I'm just tired. oh, I gotta tell you a story. Can I tell you a story? Do I got a minute? Can I tell y'all a story? My goodness. Yesterday was hell. I was sitting in a diner. I don't know why people talk so damn loud. I posted it yesterday. I was trying to pull y'all into my world a little bit. I was about to live stream, but I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. It was personal. But she was back. So, Jim, is Jim here? Is Jim from New Jersey? Jim, I hate to tell you something, but I feel like we're close. I feel like we're really close. Your wife sat at a table with her girlfriend behind me, and she was just a little too damn loud, and she explained all the things that you've been up to. She was talking about counseling and the things that you were going through. Jim, you might want to check out some dating sites. Oh, sorry, that's wrong. I know that's right. You know what? It's a little weird for me because I did that. I didn't went through the whole marriage and divorce and counseling and all that, and it's just weird to hear the conversation so damn loud. Why did you pull me into your world? I don't want to be in your world. If I wanted to be in your world, I would sit at your table. It's like people walking through the grocery store and they pull you into some drama. You enjoying your day, you buying some seeds or something, or you buying some like plastic flies to go plant in your garden. Dollar stores are not garden centers, by the way. Please don't buy your flowers at garden centers. But they pull you into their day. Just talking all loud. You know you can hear, I don't want to be in your day. I feel like I know Jim. Jim, you need to stay off the porn sites, Jim. Jim, you need to listen to what the pastor said, Jim. Jim, you need to cut it out. Jim, you shouldn't be on your computer late at night when, I ain't gonna say her name from Jersey, but when, so y'all getting a divorce, I'm just letting you know, I heard the whole thing. I feel like we're close. It's too late. Don't worry about the flowers. It's done. It's done. She done said everything to her girlfriend and me, and I. all right, I'm done. I don't know how that started. Yeah, I mean, hey, John, but you can pick them. She can pick them. She's fine, but she's not having it. She doesn't feel like you know Jesus the way she know Jesus, and she want to know Jesus with somebody, and they know Jesus, the same big God Jesus that Jesus is. And my day was rough. It was rough. But I didn't laugh. I didn't. I sat right there and I drank my juice and I left it alone. I didn't say I was gonna turn around. I was gonna say, I'm not supposed to hear this. I'm not old enough. I'm not, because she was probably 20 something. When you're like young millennial, it's like I feel like I'm discovering myself, and he's not discovering me with me discovering myself. And I think he needs to discover himself and find himself a little more in Christ Jesus. And I was just like, oh my God, I remember this. This big red memory. All right, I know. Millennials, y'all, I love y'all to death. Y'all special. All right, let's move on. Divorce is not a funny thing. It's not. It's a very serious thing. The thing I'm gonna let everybody know: if you're having trouble in your marriage, you're gonna find happiness later. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. It sucks right now. What you do is you get yourself some Sade, get yourself some Bob Marley, sit down, get yourself a little corner in the room where the kids can't. I did it. Hey. Listen, I cry. I'm a crier. I cried. Well, weeping and crying. I don't know. I do both of them. Depends on what's going on. I do it. But don't get me wrong. Don't ever get it twisted. But I'm just gonna let you know, happiness is ahead. It sucks right now. Later, you're gonna be like, that mother, you're like, yeah, you mean something? I can go where I want to go do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it. I mean, it's good to have a partner and all that stuff, but I'm just saying, the world did not come to an end because Jim from Jersey stayed on the internet too long and don't know Jesus the way. All right, just happiness gonna come again. Just trust me. Happiness always comes in the morning. All right, let's get back to it. Let's get back. It's crazy. I can't. I'm just trying to tell y'all, my life is insane. And if I let y'all in for 5, it only stuff happened to me. All right, let's I'm gonna say my piece on divorce and I'm done with it. People, please do not get married until you know you. That's all I'm gonna say. Some people know you when you're 21, 7. Because you're 26, you got a frontal lobe. Don't get married till you know you. Because when you find out who you are, and you and them ain't supposed to be what, and you gonna leave. You're not gonna be happy. If you on, birth control pills, don't get married. You like him on birth control, you need to try him off birth control. Women explained it to me, y'all. They didn't finally, they explained it to me. If you love him, y'all thinking about anybody engaged, y'all. And you can't breathe. Y'all remember when I was in love and you go to work and you couldn't breathe. I wonder what she doing. I used to sit at work. I wonder what she doing. That feeling, get off the birth control and see if you still feel the same way. Men, what you need to do is get her off just for a little bit. I know all right, I don't want to get into the details, but you can take care of what you got to take care of. Just get her off birth control for a little bit. Make sure y'all still got that lovey-dovey feeling, because the pharmaceutical industry is behind the divorce rate. That's all I'm going to say. I'm done with it. Everybody get married when you're 57. That's when you get married after you discover yourself. Otherwise, I got to sit in a diner trying to eat my breakfast at 9 o'clock at night and hear about how Jim in Jersey can't keep his dingling where it's supposed to. All right, and I'm done. I ain't saying nothing else.
Gun control, I think there needs to be a tremendous amount of gun control. I think guns need to be regulated. I think there should be common sense regulations. I think there should be background checks. I think, perhaps guns should be taken away from the mentally ill.
If you feel that way, you might be falling for a Kremlin bot.
I mean, I think that's ridiculous.
Okay, now what about police brutality? How do you feel about police brutality?
I mean, police brutality. I mean, we have a real problem in America where the police are shooting black men, black women, and it's a real problem, and it goes on all the time, and it's been going on for decades. So,
Decades? No. America has not been shooting people for decades. America's been shooting people from the very beginning, the very inception, right? So let's stop with the whole with that. And yeah, they shooting white people too, and they shooting yellow people, and they shooting orange people, they shooting purple people, they shooting everybody. They shooting because that's what police states are supposed to do. But I expect her to say this. I expect her to say it. She's a lawyer. That's how she makes her money. And she's a great liar, right? Don't marry lawyers. Did y'all marry a lawyer? Don't marry. Don't marry people whose job is to lie like hell. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm trying to tell you. I know there's lawyers out there. I know, like, did you just say that? I'm just, maybe, all right, okay. If you're gonna marry a lawyer, treat him like a politician. Get a brain scan first. Look at the brain scan. That's what when you do the marriage test, then you just do the blood test. That's fake news. Don't nobody care about blood no more. All the diseases in human beings are already in everybody's blood. Everybody got it. It's in your body. Every disease. Bruce Lipton done told you that. Disease kicks in from opportunity. You already got every disease. Either your immune system is taking care of it or it's not. You're drinking your smoothies or you're not. When you get married, you don't need a blood test. You get married, that's what when I got married, that's what happened because it was back when Moses was running around. Moses was hot and popping in the streets. That was a long time ago. They had a blood test. The new thing, somebody need to pass some legislation called Brain Scan 2020. Anytime you get married, you just need to look at the brain, right? Because if he says, I love you, or she said that, don't you want to know if the love portion of the brain is actually working? Like, you want to see some fire, you want to see some lights, some dendrite connection, then you want to sit down with the neuroscientist and say, well, he said he loved me. And then the neuroscientist can tell you that there's actually no activity, zero activity in that portion of the brain. And then what they can do with this MRI device, they can show him your picture and see if that love see which portion of the brain lights up in that frontal lobe, right? And you can see her picture and she can have his picture and just see how they really feel. Depends on what happened last night. You might have the aggression side lighting up. You might have it. All right, I'm done. I just think when y'all get married, y'all should have that. She's a lawyer. She makes her money on conflict like politicians do. You're a paid liar. And if you're a paid liar, you're going to carry it forward. Like me, why do I analyze this stuff all the time and I can't turn my damn brain off? Because this is what I did for a living. I was an analyst. This is what I did. I go sit down in massive corporations and boards and listen to all the department heads and managers lie about all the things that they've been doing and the software can do and what it and just lying. That was my job. My job was literally to go in there and sit in boardrooms and listen. Some of the most educated, stupid people on the planet lied to CEOs and executives about what their software can and can't do. And I just whisper in my manager, like, he lying. That was my job, and I can't turn it off. So you think if you're a paid liar, I can't turn my analysis off? You think a paid liar can turn that line off? You don't have Tyrone. All right, let's watch the nigga.
Oh. It's a truth in our society. It's a reality.
CNN says that is also an issue that has been manipulated by Russians on social media. Do you buy that?
No, I don't buy that. I mean, that's ridiculous.
But it's not just...
All right. Well, she said that's true. That's kind of true. But, I mean, what is a lawyer? Think about it. How do they make money? When people break laws. And what is a law? It is the opposite of freedom. Freedom. It's dumb. The more laws you have, the more money they make. Because the more laws they have, the more laws you break. The more laws there are, the more police are beating up people because they're breaking the laws. Why? Because police, they like food too. They got mortgages, they got kids at home, and they're going to do exactly what's made legal by your police state. This is why I don't have a 20. I know I say that 8 times a day, but there's a whole bunch of reasons. So if you make your money on human conflict, if you make your money on putting children in prison, if you make money because somebody grows a plant that's medicinal to help somebody else, there is something that's not working right. That's another industry. So it's not just public servants, but I think it's also lawyers. I need that brain scan.
The left side of the political spectrum that is supposedly infected with Kremlin brainwashing tools. Meet Lionel. He's a radio host and an outspoken supporter of President Trump. Can you tell me, are you concerned about Second Amendment rights?
Wait a minute, is that real? I think that might be fake news. Does Donnell, does he support Trump? I didn't know that. Does he? I mean, I've seen him, he kind of migrate. Does he? I thought he was on the left. All right, now I'm confused. I have no idea. I've never heard him say he voted for Trump or vote for. I've never heard that come out of his mouth. But I find that to be interesting. That's interesting. Let's see what Lionel has to say.
Absolutely. According to the New York Times, you've been manipulated by Russian bots.
How's that?
Now, are you concerned about the deep state?
And by the way, they've been apparently doing this since I can remember, since high school. So they're very, very good, by the way, since I've been concerned about this for a long time. And are because of Russian manipulation.
Yes.
Is there anything that they haven't manipulated me on?
Well, what about identity politics? Do you think that's a problem for America?
Of course. Identity.
Oh, let's stop. There's a whole bunch of that. There's a whole bunch right there. So, are the Russians behind the deep state? Is the deep state a conspiracy? Let me be clear. Yeah, okay, you said he's a conservative. I didn't know that. I didn't know. I listen to Lionel because he's funny and he says things that are true. Lionel is also a big alien guy. I don't think he's going to Area 51, but are the Russian bots behind the alien conspiracies? The conspiracy that the human beings aren't the greatest thing since poured rice in the universe? Is there a deep state? And let me say this first of all. So I'm not anti-Trump and I'm not pro-Trump. I'm not any of that. I kind of like things that happen while Trump is in office. Let me say it that way. I do because it's funny and it allows us to have good conversations. People say that, well, Trump wasn't supposed to get in. Here's my take on it. They don't give two damns who gets in. Everybody is bribable. They got everything like Jim's wife at the diner. The NSA has everything on everybody. And there's no way you actually get to be a president of the United States if they don't have anything on you, all right? So I think that if elections actually work, they don't really care. They can get anybody. They can bribe you, and everybody has a price. They know everything about you. Every time you cheated on your wife, every time that you cheated on your taxes, every time that you've said things about your cousin and your mama and your daddy and your kids, and they got all of that, and they can embarrass the hell out. I think they got everything on everybody. And worse than that, if you actually are like spiritual wave energy and you have consciousness like me and you just say, hey, kill me. I really don't care. I'm just gonna come back and haunt you. Yeah, you can't kill energy. Then they just kill you. But that's how the world works. So no, I don't think it matters who's president. But I don't think he was their first pick. Hillary Clinton was promised that. Yes, promised that way before these voters got together and thought that everything that she said, because nothing's grassroots anymore, everything she said is a good idea. So I think that, once again, I think that him being in office can make America great again, because it scares the hell out of a lot of Americans, and Americans need to be scared. The left needs to be scared of Donald. Well, they need to be scared. The right already was scared. That's why a lot of people on the right voted for somebody who was a billionaire real estate tycoon that can't stop grabbing them by the coochie. Most of them, it was sabotage. Some of them believed, though. Some of them were like the people on the left who believed in Hillary Clinton. Some of them were. But it was sabotage. And when you have a scared nation, a scared right and a scared left, it means we actually need to start having real conversations about what's really scary. And that is not Donald J. Aloysius Trump. I don't care. When you look at what's wrong with this world, the top 1,000, I know I said the top 100, but I'm at the top 1,000 things wrong with this world. He ain't even in, the American president is never in that mix. The American president is never in anything that's wrong with anything in this world. They are employees of a deep state. And this is what Lionel's talking about. Deep state, which is a very real thing. It's the bureaucracy that runs everything, right? When you have a corporatocracy, it runs the politicians. Once you have a full-blown oligarchy, you have a bureaucracy. They decide more than the legislature. Legislators screw a lot of stuff up. They broke a lot of things and wrote a lot of laws, get a lot of people murdered, and a whole bunch of treasonous things. But then after a while, they don't trust that, right? Because even though you have a single point in failure and 3,000 people that you got to bribe and corrupt, that gets boring. It gets old. Why do you want to bribe and corrupt 3,000 people? Every now and then you're going to get a Cynthia McKinney or you're going to get a Ron Paul or somebody in there that's going to say truthful things. So you don't want to risk that. So you need to put in departments, cabinets, which is why the bank picks the cabinet for every president. It's called the bureaucracy, the deep state. It doesn't matter what president is actually in there because they can't go against the locked-in model of controlling that nation. Very real. All of that's very real. But all right, let's keep going.
Humanitarian crises, indeed. Don't tell me. The bots got me too?
The United States is a very big country. It's got a very broad political landscape with a lot of issues on which Americans just don't see eye to. Chessboard.
They take both sides. Sometimes, according to these articles, they'll say, release the memo on one particular issue regarding fights against the right. A deep state, pro-Antifa, anti-Antifa. They pretty much mirror and echo what other people are already saying. So if they are basically replicating what other people are saying, what effect do they have other than adding to the sound or the echo chamber?
The problem with that kind of narrative,
replication. That is the problem. Replication. Because they made clones of everybody. Now, there's no diverse conspiracies and politics in America. No, the adults are actually told what to believe, when to believe it, how to believe it, and what the solution is. Which is why nothing gets fixed. Nothing is grassroots. Everything is handed to them because they have underoos for their political heroes. That's the problem. They're replicated. You don't have a lot of views in America. You got two. And that's all you're allowed to have. You got dumb side A and dumb side, no, all right, wrong word. Ignorant side A and ignorant side B. And ignorant side A and ignorant side B both work for the same corporations. And it's designed so that they stay opposed. This is the benefit of having bipartisanship. It means you don't actually have to do anything. It means half the country's over here, half the country's over there, and nothing actually has to change. And the more you polarize them, the more you make them hate each other, which is why you cue racism during the election, cue gun control. They're gonna take our guns. Cue immigration, cue all the things that actually aren't the root of any problem. Because you're emotional about it. And that's how you break an adult, once again, through emotions.
propagates that there's no real problem. And these are real problems going on in our society, and they need to be fixed. It's just silly. It's just plain silly, and people shouldn't buy it.
I agree. Needs to be fixed. How do you fix things? At the root cause. You actually do root cause analysis, which is the thing I can't turn on. Which is why I laugh at all of this, because it's silly. Politicians don't solve anything at the root. They don't want to. Why would they? Why would they? They literally, their bosses get paid on the problems in the country. Their bosses get paid for the wars. All right, I'm looking at comments. I don't know. Was there anything else in the news? I don't know. Let me, I click on RT. Did I miss anything? Something might have blown up. Something happened. I do wonder if Area 51's in the news. I thought that was interesting to me. I thought that was interesting. All right, let me look at. Oh no! Wait! Area 51. Area 51 is in the news. It's in the news. Let's look at that. Can we look at that? Y'all got a minute? Can we look at that? Am I okay? I want to look at Area 51 for a minute.
Got the fixed sensor right here. We're going to plug that right into the port, and through the sensor, it's going to pull up what's wrong.
Oh yeah,
Here
you don't
we
have
go.
to worry about that. You don't have to.
Ooh.
Yeah. Men don't fix anything anymore. Like I was saying in the post yesterday.
Area 51.
You don't have to worry about that. I got caught up on Fear the Walking Dead last night and just because everybody got that friend. Everyone has that friend. If the zombie apocalypse comes, I'm gonna do this. You know, and it's just like, okay, tough guy, tough guy. I was watching Fear the Walking Dead last night, and I was just like, watch. You know how like when you kill zombies and blood is like splashing everywhere, and it's just crazy, and you're enjoying it, right? Because you're eating your pizza and your pop. Cola and everything, all your carcinogens, and then you make sure you get a little too much, you know, pizza juice and crumbs on your hand. You get your wipey out like these big tough guys. I love it, the big tough guys with the wipies. I'm gonna let you know something. Okay? In the zombie apocalypse, and like in any war, you're gonna smell a lot of dead things. Okay, if you got a problem with scent, if you don't know how much cologne to wear, you like to bathe in cologne, and you could be 400 pounds, you could be 200 pounds, you can be all muscle, and you can be a tough guy. If you have a wipey culture, because you don't like crumbs from the pizza while you're watching your zombie movies where you think about all the tough things you're gonna do, if you don't like that, and you bathe in cologne, you are not gonna make it in the zombie apocalypse. You are not a tough guy, I'm sorry. 7-year-olds from 100 years ago a lot tougher than you are. Okay, just the funk alone, you gotta fight zombies. All right, I'm done with that. I saw that and I was just like, yeah, we used to be mechanics. We used to fix things. Yes, absolutely. And that's what we gotta go back to doing. We gotta go back to being tough guys. We gotta go back to being real tough guys, real capable guys and gals. Not just the guys, but the gals too. Because we got an apocalypse in the nation. That's another thing I try not to say because I get in trouble when I say stuff like that. But I'm a little more impressed with the women bodybuilders nowadays. I'm sorry, I am, guys. I'm not seeing what I used to see. I'm being inspired by women bodybuilders, not men. It's not happening. You guys are getting guts and butts and and they're losing the boobs and getting muscles. But they're actually going to the gym and they're working out. Every time I drive my car, I see these women running just ripped. Just all kind of veins popping out and stuff. I'm like, y'all getting it. And the men, they're sitting at home watching zombie movies. All right, let's do Area 51. But good job. Good job. Women bodybuilders, keep it up. Good job. Very inspiring. Got friends run every damn day. Like one of them the other day said, I'm gonna stop running. No, keep running. You're inspiring a lot of people. We need to get healthier. We need to get stronger. We need to get the tough guys off the sofa so if the zombie apocalypse comes, they don't need wipies and perfume.
May soon be under attack. And this time, guess what? It's not from what you think, outer space. 1 million people have joined a Facebook event. A million people called Storm Area 51. Now, the event plans to overrun the military installation there in the hopes of finding alien technology or the remains of an alleged alien crash there from back in the 50s. This could be trouble, though, as the Air Force, which runs the base, said they will meet any attempting storming of the site with force. For more on this very, very odd story, we are joined by investigative journalist Ben Swan. Ben, okay,
And you know why? Because they're trained by Israel. They're gonna shoot. The last time this happened is in Palestine. They had the right of return. They ran at the wall, and guess what happened? The same thing that's about to happen. Now the Palestinians in West Bank can sit back and see in America, and the Americans, y'all gonna start burning some tires. But the good thing is the Palestinians in West Bank and them brothers and sisters, they've been doing this a minute. They're used to it. They know what to do. The Americans with the wipies and the cologne. Ain't gonna be no hot pockets down there. Ain't no hot pockets. It's not gonna be a long engagement. You don't have to bring any tires to burn tires for cover. This gonna last a few seconds.
I have to be honest with you. When I first read this weekend, it was starting to trend. I'm going, okay, this is a joke. This is a movie promotion.
Right.
This is actually becoming a very, honestly, serious issue. Where did this idea of storming Area 51 come from?
Well, it actually did start out, it appears to have started out, I should say, as a joke in the beginning.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Stop it. Don't start. Benny, I like you. Don't start lying. You lie. It was not a joke. It was either started by the CIA to get rid of a lot of anti-establishment people, or it was started by the U.S. Labor Department. They're trying to free jobs. They're about to free up 1 million jobs. All right, listen. Don't be lying, Ben. Don't lie. It was not a joke. This is real. Every time some sort of dumb thing like this gets popular, it absolutely has an ulterior motive. I don't believe that one bit.
The idea was they can't stop all of us, right? Storm Area 51, they can't stop all of us. It started out as
they can stop every last one of you. Like, you're American, stop it. You don't even run. Unless y'all get a bunch of women bodybuilders to run in front of you, the runners, you're not gonna make it. And Americans can't run anyway. You know how big Area 51 is? It's not 51 miles, it's like 1,000 square miles. You know, you might have to be running for about 2, 3, 4, 5 miles till you see a gate because they got all the invisible fence. Now, y'all, picture this. Can you find a million Americans that can run more than 2 miles? After 500 feet, like, oh, Lord Jesus. They have to have heart attack lines of fences. The security guards gonna have to be doing CPR, trying to help people. All right, come on, you can get up, you can do it. Run just 500 more feet, you might actually meet the next invisible fence than half a mile to go. I'm just like, yeah, you're not gonna run a million people. It ain't a million Americans that can run 2 miles. I'm trying to tell you right now, I know the Americans. I do. I spend all my day with them. They come in all shapes and sizes. They got all kind of swelling, hidden inflammation on drugs, and yeah, they got to have a pharmacy happen. They don't need water. You don't need no water. Nope, they're gonna have a pharmacy. Have it every 500 feet. You're gonna have a pharmacy. You're gonna have to stop, get their drugs. Ain't nobody running nowhere. Stop it. That's that. I believe that might actually be some bots.
The Facebook group that essentially was inviting people on September 20th to go about 40 miles.
I'm sorry, I just posted that. What is wrong with you both? He said the mall walkers. All right, I'm sorry, I'm done. All right, stop it. Well, somebody's taking this seriously, right? But you know what? It's important to laugh. I don't want anybody to take this seriously. I don't want none of my Americans to die. No mall walk. Can you see? I pictured the mall walk. Y'all know the mall walkers? I used to go. Don't laugh. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Mall walkers are trying. Stop it. Don't laugh at no damn mall walkers. They're trying. All right, they're getting out there, getting off of the sofa, they're putting the pizza down and the beer and the pizza. All right, they're not watching zombies. They're walking at the mall. They're doing good things. They ain't buying nothing, which is good. That's even better, actually, because they ain't at the mall buying pizza and Cinnabons. They're walking. That's probably what it would be, Beaufont. That's right, Area 51 mall walk. They get down there. They're probably training right now, Beaufont. I can see them at the mall right there. At the Mall in America right now, they got them sticks, because I don't even know, why do mall walkers carry sticks? Ain't no dogs in the mall, but they got the stick, they walking. Maybe it's a balance thing. They are retraining for Area 51. Come on, y'all. Come on, you gotta keep your stride up. Keep your stride up. And they got the kids with they put the hot pocket down. Come on. The people in Victoria's Secret is like, oh, Lord have mercy. They just keep going round and round the mall. They might have went about 8 miles. All right, stop it. But laugh, people, laugh. This is not serious. Do not let anybody take this serious, because you know America also is mentally ill. You know, we got that mental illness apocalypse because people keep voting for the mental illness because politicians poison us, allowing the big corporations to do everything they want all over the damn nation. The water's poison, the air's poison, the food is poison. They're mentally ill people. Right now, be serious for a minute. All right, maybe a few seconds. But stop. There are mentally ill people who they don't see the illogic in this. They don't, and this is where you got to be careful, because these things can be damaging. There are people who are, I guarantee you, who are literally taking this serious. I guarantee you. And the problem is, it's not the CIA and it's not the Labor Union of America trying to free up jobs because they want to re-elect Trump. But it's going to be people who are a little just, and they're going to take it seriously. And they're going to walk down there, and the Air Force done told you, they're going to shoot them. They're going to shoot them. Please take your mentally ill friends and lock them up. Lock them down. Call the police on them. Call them.
From Area 51 to the tourist center nearby, to gather there and then to storm Area 51 and to get inside and find out what the government's been hiding inside there. It's kind of turned.
All right, that's funny to me again. I'm picturing. All right, so you storm. Let's say the Americans get up to the gate. Let's say that they do the mall walker training. They got the sticks and dogs and got the Walgreens and CVS, get the drugs on the way, got some water and everything that they need to get up to the gate. Let's say they get in. Let's say they actually get to a door and they get in the mountain. Bob Lazar said the door on the side of the mountain mountain. They get through that. Have you ever been on a military base? Do you think that like you get through the first door after you come through the gate, the people with the guns, and you get through the gate and you get inside? Do you think that they store the most powerful weapons in the world, that the dust from them because they ain't in there? do you think they storm like, I don't know, like a door at work or something? You just go in and there's a little key card, the door opens up or something. That thing on TV when y'all see they go up to the panel, we're gonna figure the code out. On the keypad, that does not happen, people. That's not real. It's not. Hashtag it's just television. If you actually get in the mountain, you get past 5G and nuclear bombs and weapons and drones and everything, you actually get inside, you literally gonna be still standing right there. It's probably gonna be a 8,000-pound Volt door with multi-locking systems like a Volt from this. I mean, think it, millionaires put all of their stuff in Volts and just lock it, but nobody, it's still Volts that can't open up from back in the 50s. Y'all remember Al Capone and his Volts? Do you think billionaires, these are millionaires, do you think billionaires who actually make all of this weaponry, electromagnetic gravitic drives and all that, let's just say it's just that and it's not even alien technology, do you think after you get in, this going to be like high school cafeteria? You just in a high school cafeteria, oh look, everybody, look at all the UFOs, oh my goodness. It's just that it's not Americans and their television.
Into an internet phenomenon in terms of all the memes that are out there. I'm sure you see on Instagram and on Twitter and Facebook, there's memes everywhere about this. And it's also, it picked up so much steam because you have 1.1 million people who have now said they're going, 900,000 who say they're interested in going to this event. Now, I don't think 1 million people will be at this visitor center in the desert in Nevada wanting to go to Area 51, and that becomes a little bit alarming.
And that's it, and that's the numbers right there, that I think it's the numbers that gave it the, I don't want to say the word validity, but it definitely gained the attention of saying, you know what, we need to take a serious journalist who I normally bring on, Ben Swan, who tells us all sorts of amazing things that are truthful and factual. We got to at least go, something about this is bringing people in. But now it's kind of taken a little bit of a dangerous twist, and I don't know if it's just more of a fear they want to put in, but the U.S. Air Force has said they may counter with force. What kind of force could this be, and can you just imagine the backlash?
We gotta get serious. Not at the serious point. All right, so with me, I always try to take these things and figure out how do we make this useful, right? Like, how do we take this, because Lori mentioned it's a distraction. There are always distractions, but I think there's always plan A and plan B. If it's only served as a distraction against some war, conflict, somebody they want to colonize, destroy, whatever, some legislation they want to write, anti-lynching or something stupid, there's always a plan B, right? And of course, they have no issue with people getting shot and killed. Like, how do we take this and make this into something useful, right? I personally am proud of the fact that there are 1 million people who show interest and understand that our government lies, right? Like, think about it like this. Whether people go or not, if we take this and we push the no secrets in government, we push the you're not supposed to own any land federal government, we take that constitutional approach, we take this and turn it into a conversation that actually will solve root level issues, then we got something, right? Like, I'm glad it's in the news. I'm glad it's in the news, but we have to be proponents of the actual root cause. If you have 1 million people who are willing to risk their lives, and you don't, because no, Ben, 100,000 ain't gonna make it to the game, because there ain't 100,000 Americans that can run more than 5 miles, all right? If we somehow take it and push it from a perspective of 1 million Americans have so little trust in their government, and the other half is so nutty that they still vote for it. Like, why would you vote for a government that 1 million people have no trust for, that they would risk their life to go find an alien craft that ain't there? Like, there is something there. There's some meat that we can bite into, and that's what we should be doing as adults. Yeah, laugh. Yeah, laugh. You gotta laugh. It's hilarious. The memes, yeah, who said that? The memes are ridiculous, Shelly. They are ridiculous. But how do we, now that the media is actually talking about something that could be important, when you have that many people who have no faith in their government, that there are energy propulsion devices being hid true, and the government doesn't exist. I don't know who made that. That is true. That is 100% true. There is no American government. You have a Rothschild department posing as a government. That went back, I keep going back to the whole 1913, 1933. Billionaires bought America, literally. And like I posted the other day, they didn't buy one party. Okay, when billionaires show up with a blue light special, and it's a 3-for-1, which is what the Depression gave them, right? Because people were starving. So what did Depression give them? It gave them the ability to buy both parties and a currency system. And the idea that billionaires would buy a currency system, literally buying the federal government, do you think for a minute that they got like no receipt for it and it was non-refundable? Do you think that they would leave open holes so you can fix your country? Do you think that they would leave open holes so that you could take back from them what they bought for billions of dollars? When you go to Walmart and you buy some of that junk for $4.99, do you keep your receipt in case you got to return it? Do you get some sort of guarantee on your purchase that it's going to work, and if it doesn't work, you're going to take it back? Do you actually? And this again, that's why I'm not voting. Another whole reason. They didn't leave any holes. These are not dumb people. They made sure that they were all plugged. There's no way you can fight the system from within their system. They bought the system, and they had guarantees that they will print America's currency, which means they will own the entire federal government, both parties. And they put into place a bureaucracy by suspending the Constitution, which is what the deep state is. Okay? So this right here, that's real. That's deep and it's real. UFOs are real. You're only alone in your own head. And if you're in America, you actually don't have a federal government. That's why they don't listen to you. They all work for the people who print the money. That's why you need to stop it. Well, if you want to vote, go ahead and vote. You know, that's up to you. But for me, I'm done playing with these
post or base. If you go to an army post, if you go to an air base, anywhere in the country, and you try to enter that base without proper registration, without identification, or without invitation, you will be stopped with force. Military police will stop you at any army post, at any U.S. military.
Of course they will. Yes, they will. They will. Yeah. As a kid, I used to go to Andrews Air Force Base all the time. You get up to the base, pull out your card. It was pink. You showed it all. They got the assault rifle. I saw them all the time. Treason. Treason. All of it. Is that John? That must be John. Treason. All of it. Why? Because you're not even supposed to have a military base. You can't shoot an American citizen. The federal government cannot use force against an American citizen. That's why I'm saying it's not a federal government. These people, you don't have a Bill of Rights. These people work for international bankers, and half of them don't even know it. They're just doing what the party tells them to do. The party needs the money, they print the money. The party doesn't want the country to collapse while they're in power, so they gotta print the money, so they gotta do what those bankers and big corporations tell them to do. But that's treason. You actually can't shoot in America. You can't use posse comitatus. You cannot use federal forces against the population because you're not allowed to own land. The federal government is supposed to be for international war. Has nothing, and tariffs has nothing to do with this country, the 50 individual countries. All right? So this is another positive way we can use it. We can start that discussion. No, you're not supposed to own land. You're not even supposed to have military bases. Now, states can. Not a federal government. They can't have, and they can't shoot you. It's called treason. All right? Get that? All right, back to the
base. In this case, if you try to overrun this base, they are absolutely going to meet you with force. There's no question about that. And one thing that's important for people to understand, that the guys who created this joke of a post about going here to Area 51, it is a joke. I mean, if you read the original post, and I was reading and take it too seriously, you will inevitably get some people who are going to show up 40 miles away. The question is, will they actually approach that Air Force base? Right. And they will be met with force if they go, and that's a pretty scary thought.
Well, and you put a good point there. This started off as a joke that could very easily turn dangerous, and at the end, you look at and this is the power of social media.
But if it turns dangerous, whose fault is it? If people actually get force used against them, if they die, at the root cause, whose fault is it? This is why I believe in root cause analysis, always looking at the root of the problem. If you got a lying government, dumb things happen. People get killed. You can't have a government that actually is supposed to see to the will of the people, to see to the betterment, and lie all the damn time, right? At the root of the root cause is no confidence in government, period. You can't have a lying government. You cannot have a government with secrets. Do you have a lying daycare? Think about it like that. Would you take your kids and leave your kids at a daycare that's known to lie? Again, voting, right? If you keep voting for people who always lie to you, and it's their job to keep lying to you, then people die. People die by police. People die by military guard. They die by FBI. They die by all these things that they're not supposed to have at all, anywhere. Anybody dies at Area 51, it is always the fault of the lying behind government. And then that falls back on the people. Why? Because you got your 2020 and you're voting for more. This is what I'm saying. Everybody has blood on their hands. We all do. We all do. I do not separate myself out. I was out there voting. I was out there voting and I was doing my thing too. But this system needs to come to an end. You can't have a government that sees to the life of its citizens that's owned by international bankers. You need to have a Bill of Rights. You have to have a constitution or you eventually will have a collapse. You will, this is what I say, we have to grow up, because if we continue with this oppression route and mass incarceration and sending troops to die for oil companies, that tends to piss people off. And eventually we are going to end up in a violent revolution type situation. This Area 51, that actually could kick it off. You have no idea how angry people are. I mean, think about it like this. Do you know someone whose child was shot or killed by the police? Do you? Do you know that level of aggression, that level of angst? Do you know anyone who had family members killed who thought they were actually serving their military? That stays. We are treading on violent territory. That's why I'm saying we got to pull up and we got to pull out. Pull up, pull out. You cannot have people who are supposed to see to the need of other people with any privacy. There can be no problem. I always like to go back to solutions. My solutions, I keep adding to them, but they have not changed based on what my intelligent friends are saying. Take the body cameras off the police, put them on the politicians, cut out this voting crap till they're willing to do it. Government can have no secrets, no classified, no top secret, none of that crap. Government cannot have land. No, federal government, you don't need any damn land. Y'all live in mansions. We got people who living in cardboard boxes. That's not a government for the people. That's a government, that's an oligarchy pretending to be a government. There are a lot of real solutions, but we got to talk about them. Use this event to talk with your friends about real topics.
And misinformation. We're going to talk about how easy it is to spread fake news and falsehoods. And this could actually result in some real dangerous consequences for the people and then also for the military as long as they take these things. Real quick, why don't we know, though? It's all about the mystery. Why don't we know what is actually going on at Area 51 after all these years?
Yeah, I think that's a legitimate question. There's legitimate questions about what goes on there, the research that takes place there, what it's actually being used for. I think there are legitimate questions there that should be answered. They're not being answered. But I just want to say one more thing. I know we're almost out of time. There is a lot of energy being put into this right now. There are serious issues.
All right. See, now I thought Benny was going to say it. Damn it, Benny, you messed up. When y'all listen, if y'all get your 5 minutes of fame and you get on CNN or Fox or ABC or MSNBC or RT, you can't fail. You have to know the root problem, or as close to the root as possible. Benny, this was your chance to say fossil fuel. That was your chance. I know he knows it. I know he knows and he understands when the Rockefellers and the Mellons and the Rothschilds, when they came up with this scam for the pharmaceutical industry and petroleum, when they fought the whole cannabis thing and the hemp thing, he had his chance to say the actual problem. And the problem is they wanted to enslave the world to fossil fuels, and they did. They wanted to make billions of dollars, trillions, selling something to make plastic, something to make pharmaceuticals, something to make gasoline for cars. They broke the planet. And this is what Area 51 is actually about. It's about propulsion, energy propulsion. Benny had a chance. If you get on television, you got your chance to say what it is. It's about Nikola Tesla. It's about free energy. It's about the fact that you see these UFOs flying around, and if you ask me, they probably came from Area 51, not from them damn aliens. They came from the United States Air Force. They have energy devices, those electromagnetic gravitic devices that the whistleblowers who are willing to testify in front of Congress that we have, that they're not sharing with the people, the world, that is completely unacceptable on every level. You have people dying in your country from not having energy. You have cousins dying all over this world. You have women walking 2 miles a damn day to get water every day, past gangs of men that rape them, pregnant. And you have the means to bring free energy to help everybody. And you keep it locked up in top secret programs because you want to make devices to murder people. That's what this is about. That's what it's about. Root cause. You get your minute of fame, people say it right. Say it right. This has nothing to do with no damn aliens. Has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that the government's been lying, and there are over 1,000 whistleblowers who have been saying they've been lying. They have free energy devices. This is why Nikola Tesla's documents are still classified. They've released some of them, but most of the notes they didn't even release, and they redacted most of them. How in the world, where you have a planet that's enslaved to gravity, people die because they don't have any sort of better energy propulsion, do you have a government not only that has an Area 51, that has these devices, but also wrote that act that prevents you from creating an energy device that's more than 30% efficiency? How do you even have a government that has 5,000 patents that are classified, that are related to energy propulsion, and people are dying? It's called treason. It's all called treason. All right, let's let him finish up. Benny, you failed. You got to see, man. Well, you didn't fail. Yeah, I guess he didn't fail. You got to see. You passed. You always say things that are truthful, but you could have took it to the root level. Stay out of the side effects.
In this country that a lot of these people should be and could be passionate about, and they could be diverting their energy into that instead of into this. And I feel like I just wish to appeal to those 1 million+ people who want to sign up for this thing. Let's sign up for something that actually can change something real in this society instead of focusing on something that clearly was set up as a joke, and if nothing else, might even be a distraction from other issues that they should be dealing with.
Ben, that is the best PSA that I think I've heard in a long time about common sense.
Now, you had your chance to say what it's about. We need to free the planet. The planet's enslaved to gravity. That's actually, these people are closer to it than what you're saying. Now, they're trying to see something green. But it's easier to push people down to a root cause problem and a solution than it is that people aren't even mentioning. We're slaves to gravity, and that's how they keep everybody in conflict, because we're slaves to gravity. Area 51 stormers, please don't storm Area 51, and please talk about energy propulsion. We need a free planet. All right. Oh, Joe Rodriguez is on Art Bell all night. Yeah, I love Coast to Coast. I do. It's mostly entertainment, but they every now and then get people on there that say truthful things. Let me see. What are y'all? I'm just gonna do some comments, and then I'm gonna get out of here. What time is it? I can get out of here. Do some comments and roll. But I gotta go over here to see the daggone comments because they from Facebook, because they like to play games with my live stream. I don't know why. I got booted out. I get booted out too. I follow it so I can see the comments. See thread. No, the comments. I want to see the back comments. I want to see the recent. Okay. Well, I see as many as I can. Let me see. Right, the U.S. is building what they approve from alien, or what they acquire from alien technology, and that is what we see flying around, especially the triangle-shaped ship, or craft that rears up and vertically and trajects forward. Yes, and that I believe that to be 100% true, Kate. 100% true. Why? Because I don't think 1,000 people would risk creating a felony wanting to testify in front of Congress that we have these devices and that our government is flying around in them. And these are people who have jobs. These are people with kids. They got kids in college. They can't afford to go to federal prison lying to Congress. So this, for me, Kate, everything changed the day I realized that. The day they had that, what was that called? There was an X conference or something in Washington where they all got together, the first one, and they all wanted to testify in front of Congress. And they had a few ex-congressmen come there and congresswomen, but they had nobody from the That's it, everything I needed to know. If 1,000 people from FBI, police, fire department worked on these deep, dark state projects all get together and say, I want to testify in front of Congress and go to federal prison. If 1,000 people say that and not one congressman or senator shows up to that press conference, that tells you everything you need to know. So I agree with you, 100% right. This is why I'm always on the side of the whistleblowers, because government never opposes them. Those devices are real, they have energy propulsion, and they refuse. And this is how I know Congress is on the get. Like sometimes I make excuses for them and I think that maybe they don't know. Oh, they know. Every single congressman, and they did that event like for a couple years in a row, didn't it? Who was that? Stephen Greer or Stephen Bassett or somebody? They do that event all the time. You know, so we've had all of this information come out about it, and that to me is more important than voting. That's more important than voting. Letting the American people know the truth about what their government's been up to. And really everything is about conflict. It's about keeping people enslaved to get gravity, keep them working, keep them like slaves, and keep them livestock. As long as you have dependency on oil, they have power, because most of their power comes from the big oil industry, pharmaceutical, plastics, and all of that. The reason why they kept hemp illegal for so long. You know, very practical. Everything has a common sense bottom line, and it's always economics. It's never emotion. That's why they never, and none of the 2020s are going to talk about Area 51. They might as a joke, but they're not going to talk it from an energy propulsion perspective. Russian scientists are now trying to replace the Tesla Tower. Susan, I would guess that they already have. I would guess that they are. I mean, they've had that Tesla documents for a long time. And if I'm not mistaken, that was one of the things that with the FBI, the reason why they said they were said to go in and get the Tesla documents after he died is because the Russians apparently got some before they got there. This Area 51 is probably a front for Bluebeam. Be wary, people. Bluebeam, if I'm not mistaken, Daniel, that is the staged alien invasion, right? Which is another thing that one of the whistleblowers said. Why would they say that? Well, that could be controlled opposition. I think more than one of them said that they were planning on using some sort of a false flag to get people to suspend their rights and give up and trust the government, protect them from the aliens. It never actually did anything other than give us religion. They did nothing but other than everybody love each other, give each other the shirt off your back, eat dinner with hookers, and feed everybody. You know, that's what the aliens said, and now the government's going to try to convince you that they're going to invade. They don't. The aliens literally don't care. They want you to make. They want us to make it, but they're not going to invade us. They're not going to do anything like that. That's going to be the government. That could be part of the reason why they keep it quiet. I agree with you. I think that's what you're saying, and that could be it. You know, they don't want to tell people they have the devices, otherwise people would just be like, that's the U.S. Air Force, stop shooting us. Too bad Ben fell very short on his report. He did, Kate, but also I think that there are limits to what you can say on the news. Like, I don't know. But anytime I see people get it and they get on television, they got that 5 minutes of fame and they don't say what's true, I think it probably has a lot to do with the fact that there are limits to what can be allowed on the airways, knowing that the airways are all owned by like 6 corporations. So I think that there's a degree of truth that they let you say. And that might even be the Kamala thing, and it might be the Trump and Obama and the politician thing. There's only so much that you're allowed to do. That could be it, or so much you're allowed to say. Watch 1 million come out the desert twitching like a demon and eating flesh. The zombie apocalypse. Daniel, don't get me started. Don't get me started on the we've been playing with biological and chemical weapons for the longest time. You would not surprise me one bit if people ran in there and they actually just let them all in and they all came out. Why? Because the government said, yeah, well, they got exposed to something. Bad citizen. Don't do that again. Right. Now we got to suspend your rights because we got to stop the zombie apocalypse. It would not surprise me one bit. I know it would not surprise. I'm 45 years old. I didn't seen the dumbest things happen in my 45 years in America. I didn't seen the government do the dumbest things. I just boggles my mind. And people will go for it too. They be like, protect us from the zombies from Area 51. I believe it. They'll suspend the Constitution again. They'll call it an emergency, what is that? Where they suspend everybody's rights and martial law, and everybody's assets belong to them to come to everybody's house, take your gold, take your watches, take your cars and your houses and everything, give them all to China. They can melt them down, make some more crap so we can buy it 20 years later. I believe it. Economics, if people are dumb enough to go for it, it's not a conspiracy, it's a business plan. 100%. If you can make money from it, somebody's trying to do it. I guarantee the zombie apocalypse, I agree, the zombie apocalypse is coming. They probably got that zombie, they got that virus just about right now. Yo, we ready. Now we just got to figure out a reason to make people do something stupid enough to say that they got it contracted on accident. Let's get them to Area 51. Yeah, that's a good idea. Good idea. But the apocalypse, it couldn't happen in Area 51, no, Daniel. They probably have to go in, get exposed to it, and everybody go home. And let it go to other people. Now you got me thinking. I don't put anything past the corporation that's pretending to be my government. I don't put nothing past them. Nothing at all. If they really do storm Area 51, watch the chemtrails in the sky. They also spray lithium, and they use the millimeter microwave crowd control, just like the newly deadly 5G they're trying to roll out. It could be that, Kathy. I believe that could be true. It could just be a means for testing some of these things on the Americans. They tested them on the Iraqis and Afghanistanians and everybody else. Now I need to test them on. The Americans got different biology, Kathy. They got slight, so... The Americans eat processed food and pesticides and chemicals. Their immune system's a little different from people who eat natural food that we've been invading and killing for so many years. They got to test these things out on Americans because it might be that, the chemtrails don't really affect the Americans as bad because, what is it? The Undertaker said that most Americans are already 30% preserved anyway because they eat all the preservatives. Well, I don't know. Might be. They're way past testing. They probably are, Kathy. I think they got all these things going. Area 51 is responsible for those damn movie discs from the 90s. The ones, play Frisbee with that. Yeah. The flying saucer disc. Well, I think the first time, what was the first time somebody saw a flying disc? That was that airplane pilot, right? Somebody help me if I'm wrong. That was an airplane pilot that was over somewhere like Mexico or something, and he came back and said he saw a bunch of flying discs. And this is before America had them. This is part of why, like I said, I don't debate any of this. It's like, the aliens are real. They're real. We're not interesting to them, but things is real. And then after that, now we have the flying saucers. Although one of the whistleblowers said that we couldn't figure out how to put a Gatling gun on it, something like that. We were trying to put guns on them, but the aliens gave us like a trick. They gave us a UFO with training wheels. They gave us one that somehow the magnetic way it worked, it didn't allow you to put any other electric devices on it, and so we couldn't figure out how to mount a gun on it or something like that. See, these are things that whistleblowers say that the government never denied. And that's my problem. I need to see some denials. And until I see some denials, I agree with every whistleblower, everything they say. Everybody except for the Bigfoot people. Bigfoot doesn't have any whistleblowers. I agree with everything. I believe everything that Pope people say. I agree with nothing with the very, very wealthy, powerful people working for Rockefeller say. I will always believe a whistleblower over anybody else because nobody's debating it. Let me see. When the oligarchy is in power, they will privatize the best technology, intelligence, and quality of life. Right, Kim, there's always a breakaway civilization. That probably could also be what it's about, is you have breakaway civilizations that, Elysium. They go off and they live in Elysium. They have the best of this and the best of that, and they've got the best cars and the flying ships. And we see that on all the different levels, from Dubai to space travel, to televisions, to phones. Who has the best phones initially? right? They're too expensive for the poor people. It's the very, very wealthy, the elites. We don't even know they're coming out. And eventually things get cheap enough and we have them. So the breakaway civilization, I see it played out on different levels in our society all the time. And it's always been that way. You know, who had the best chalice? The kings. Who had the best chairs? The kings and lords. Who had the biggest pack? They always do. So the idea that we're gonna get energy propulsion the same time we're gonna get free energy, the same time the Rockefellers do, oh, come on. I agree with you. I totally agree. And then when you have an oligarchy, whatever is profitable, that determines what the facts are. And the fact is, they don't have any UFOs, ain't no aliens. There's no free energy, there's no electromagnetic devices. The 1,000 people they refuse to let testify in front of Congress because Congress don't want them testifying. Those people are all lying because the oligarchs, they got the money, they need the money. They don't need the money, but they're gonna make the money. The government does not oppose. That's an admission. They're right. That admission is silence. I agree with that, Kate. That's spot on. If they don't oppose it, then you have to accept that it's true. You do until they oppose it. Why? Because they're supposed to work for us. And if anyone comes forward and says, "Hey, they got something that to keep y'all from dying," we're supposed to believe that, right? We're supposed to force an investigation. We're supposed to force it. We're not supposed to get all giddy. You believe in aliens? Ah! You know, you're supposed to just whoa, whoa, whoa. Now, it's one thing if we're just talking like War of Worlds type aliens, you know, but if you're talking about the means of getting women to stop walking 2 miles a damn day to get water, it's like 66% of the women in the 45 countries UNICEF studied have to walk to get water. Like, that's the serious part. We can laugh and joke all we want, but we're being controlled. This is literal slavery. I completely agree with you. If it stands to make money, to me, it's not a conspiracy theory. It's a business plan. And if it can make money on a planet where everybody needs it and all the corporations, whoever has the most, they do the best, somebody is waiting to roll out that business plan. That's how my brain works. Slavery for oil, by forcing family-owned businesses to collapse and forcing jobs out of your neighborhood, making you depend on motor vehicle transportation, using gas and oil and increasing the demand, taking the power further and further, personal power to community, then dependence on government. That's it, Kate. It's a mouthful, but that's the truth. The truth is we are slaves to gravity, and they keep us enslaved to fossil fuels, and that's what all the conflicts are. All the 2020 debates are just, the only reason you got a right and a left is because everybody's starving and everybody's enslaved to gravity, and so we got to have conflict over energy. Every conflict has always been over energy, and that's why free energy is such an important topic. Because if you actually release the devices that you have, that those 100 engineers, 200 engineers, scientists were trying to get the federal government to release, they refused. If you actually release that and we have energy, let's say it's not even free energy. Let's just say it's 80% more efficient than what we have. That means Americans don't have to work. My God. That means the Monday that you hate, you actually don't have to go to work. Like, think about it. I know you think about going to Area 51, but don't do it. Don't do it. But that's the whole point, right? If energy is close to free, it doesn't have to be free. It's just 80% in improvement, probably less than that. You actually don't have to go to work. It means your water is free, your power is free. It means you actually have a house that you own. You probably could have land that you own, that you don't actually have to leave your wife on Monday. Jersey Jim, shout out, brother. Shout out, listen. And most divorce, what are most divorces about? Speaking of Jersey Jim, divorce. I'm sorry, brother, I ain't laughing at you. I ain't like Jersey Jim, he might be 200-something pounds, might beat the hell out of me. Listen, but the point is, most divorces, like, they say what? Last statistic I saw, something like 80% of divorces were financial. Like, this is why people get divorces. Like, and you start to like compile all the issues that go back to Area 51 and energy propulsion, you start to understand that this is why we are enslaved. If divorces happen, what happens after divorce? This mom goes that way, dad goes that way, kids either bounce between the two or gets owned by the one. What are the worst statistics for children? after divorce, which is caused by lack of free energy, lack of 80% propulsion energy, so everybody's going to work and they're fighting over finances so they get a divorce. The highest drug use, the highest alcohol use, the most abused children come out of a single-parented and foster care situation. What are the number one kids who end up in foster care? The child protection goes after the single-parented kids. Why? Because they're easier to get. It's just money. Bill Clinton did that with the Child Welfare Reform Act. And so you basically created an apocalypse-type situation where you destroy families, and it all gets back to aliens. Y'all see how I did that? It all ties back to aliens. That's why it's one of the most important topics on the planet, because they are literally destroying human civilization by keeping us locked into fossil fuels. And so we can laugh and joke about Area 51 and people charging cannons, which you should not do that. But we need to take this initiative and turn it into something positive for real change. You're not gonna get out of any of them 2020s. They all work for the oil companies. Does that make sense to anybody? Or is that like I'm tying together? I'm telling you the truth. You think I'm tying together too much? Let me know. But I see everything going back to energy. Very beginning of life on this planet, single-celled organisms became multicellular organisms for one reason. And that started off the whole drive because the aliens brought the single cells here. Energy. That's it. If energy is cheap or energy is free, it means you won't go to work on Monday. And they need you to go to work on Monday. They need you to pay your taxes. They need you to be enslaved. They need you to fight other people for resources. They need you to fight other people for finances. They need you to think the problem is racism, not economics and energy. As long as they convince you there's not enough to go around and you need to be in conflict with other people, then the families that started all of this crap will rule the world. If you did not watch the documentary, what is it called? Everything is a Rich Man's Trick. Somebody will post it in the comments. If I don't see it, I'll post it. You need to watch that documentary. That will explain to you why everything goes back to energy and how the world was dominated by a few families. And I appreciate y'all posting any other links. There are a lot of new people showing up. I'm seeing new people comments all the time. If you have a documentary that new people need to watch, please post that link. We need to grow up. We need to figure out the real root problems in our world. The real root problems is we're storming Area 51 and you're not going to get in. But if you storm the Federal Reserve, you just might. And then you might find something that's worth it there. Congress has a gag order. Do they? As we barf on, they have in Russia the Tesla free energy. I posted that yesterday. Oh, did you? Okay, I have to go out to your site, the Rebel site. See, and that would make sense, Patty, right? If there was a gag order, then that's exactly why Congress would not allow the people who worked for the government to actually testify and tell the American people that free energy exists and that we're flying those crafts around, but they're being utilized for military purposes, or they're trying to get them to be utilized for military purpose while people are dying from the lack of energy. To me, that is called treason. You know how many kids commit suicide every year because of divorce, because of finances, because of energy? We are literally destroying the lives of our people because of these monsters. That's why I call them monsters. They're all monsters. Bluebeam in China is used frequently for entertainment. Is it, Rebecca? Is that where that alien thing? Y'all remember the airport? Anybody remember that when the airport shut down? Is that what you're talking about? Where, what was it? Xinjiang Airport? Everything to me in China is Xinjiang. It's all Xinjiang. I think that's the Avatar Mountains, actually. Xinjiang, everything is Xinjiang. Oh, Lord, is that Genie? Am I in trouble? Genie, are you from China? I know you're from California, but by routes, latest ancestors, I might be in trouble. I didn't ram them out. I'm gonna look at it. Is Xinjiang Airport? Is this Xinjiang Airport? What's it? What was it? Where the UFO shut down the airport? Did y'all see that? China airport shut down. Listen, and don't be mad at me. China, wonderful people, my cousins. Some of the prettiest women on this planet come from China. Lord, do they. China airport UFO, where the UFO shut down the airport for, how long did it shut down the airport for? Let me see if I can find it. Oh my goodness, there are a couple of them now. I remember there was one. Now and everyone sat around the airport. They had flights they needed to go take off, and they couldn't because this. Oh wow! All right, now I can't even find it. No, here it is. Here it is. Xiaoshan. I said it wrong. It's not Xinjiang, Xiaoshan. Look at this.
UFO over China. According to reports, an airport in Inner Mongolia was.
Hang on. So Rebecca, is this what you're talking about? Because that would make sense to me. Like, it would literally make sense that it wasn't UFO, that it was a FO, unidentified IFO, that we know what it is. And that's why people want to run to Area 50, that this actually was maybe the United States trolling. And it's not the United States because there is no United States government. It's the Rothided states, trolling China. Maybe it's just saying, nanny, nanny, boo, boo. You know how y'all do with ice cream when we were kids? How you did with G.I. Joe, the Kung Fu. I think government childish as we are. Like, we got the UFO, you ain't got it. We got the electromagnetic devices. And they just went and shut down the airport. I think, who said that? Was it Rebecca? I think that you're right. I think that they use these highest technologies to kind of screw with people. And so now you got all these people in China think it's the UFOs and the aliens give too damn about the ants down on Mud Planet, Mud Rock, 98% monkeys. And it builds up this belief that aliens are interested in scandalous. I don't think they are. Historically, I don't think they are. That's why, who's that? Susan? That's why y'all need to look at Susan's post, right? And she's talking about ancient archaeology and the fact that this stuff goes way back. They've been seeing it. All right, we'll watch the news real quick. But this happened where the UFO shut down the Chinese airport. And what Rebecca, I think, is saying, correct me if I'm wrong, is that this is where, you know, it's obvious that they have the technology and they're trying to drum up belief that aliens would invade us. And they actually wouldn't, because obviously if they would shut down an airport, they'd invade us. And it's always about money. It's just about controlling gullible people is all it is.
Forced to shut down to prevent passenger jets from crashing into the unidentified flying object. Witnesses reported a bright light shining in the sky before it suddenly vanished. On July 8th, Xiaoshan International Airport was shut down because of a UFO.
All right, so now
a UFO in China's skies forced Xiaoshan Airport to stop operations on July 7th. Outbound flights were grounded after the...
All right, so hang on. So let's focus. There's something in the sky. The citizens don't know what the hell it is, but possibly the government does. But the point is, it's just sitting there. It's just sitting there. It's not moving. It's just sitting there. Free energy, all right? Focus on the free, because it may not even be the Rothided states. It might be China. Maybe China was just trolling their people. Maybe China just wanted it to be world news. Like, we never know what's going on. This is the problem with being dumb 98% monkeys that allow their governments to have secrets. We got to stop this stupid stuff. But the reality is, it could be the Chinese military. But the world needs to stop when this crap happens. When you see UFOs flying, you need to stop and say, wait a minute. I thought the best that was possible was fossil fuels. Like, we're in conflict all over the world. We're destroying nations and people and colonizing, and people die every day. And you mean to tell me that there's something that's flying in the sky that's not using gas? The whole world should have stopped at that point. Why? Because we got little girls walking to get water 2 miles a damn day every damn day. That's why. People die from this, from not having the ability to do this. And if it isn't, say I'm wrong. Say it's aliens. Let's say it really is aliens. It's not the government always constantly lying to us, playing games with our intellect. Say it's aliens. And we need to still stop. We need to stop. If it's the government, we need to stop, and no secrets. Why? Because our cousins are dying all over the planet from it. And if it's aliens, we need to stop, and we need to take all the scientists that are on all the useless projects that we have absolutely no need, this dumb technology that makes life easier but not saving lives, and take all them scientists and engineers and put them on this project. What it means is that the scientists who said, oh, free energy is not possible, it means you're dumb as a bag of bricks. That's what it means. You went into the wrong field. You shouldn't be in science. It means that you should have, I don't know. Now, I shouldn't became a teacher too. You should have done that. Maybe you need to like study microbiology in a bog somewhere, in a swamp or something. But it means that we actually can create devices that are free energy based. The whole world should have stopped. But they always break it apart because they always use this controlled opposition conflict. One side, aliens are real. The other side, aliens ain't real. Instead of people dying, and there's technology we need to be working on. All right, we'll watch the rest of it.
The unidentified flying object was detected by a flight crew. The incident has captured the attention of Chinese media. Theories about the UFO's identity are burning up on the internet as well. They include everything from a hidden U.S. bomber to an elaborate man-made hoax. For now, the UFO continues to be a mystery. A spokesman from China's Civil Aviation Administration confirmed.
Oh, there's another theory. Let's say it's a hoax. Y'all seen the flat earthers? The flat earthers? I know I laughed. I didn't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. I know. I laugh at everything. Y'all don't take it personal. How they say that the moon is a projection and a hologram? Maybe they're right. I don't know. My government always lies to me. I think I shouldn't have a government that can kill me, lie to me. I think that that's a stupid idea. I don't think we should vote for that. But what if they're right? Is it okay that governments have holographic technology that can make it look like a UFO or a moon is in the sky or a sun? Why would somebody on your side with respect for you have something like that? They wouldn't. They're using it to fool you. So all the theories, still, the world needs to stop. Anytime you have anything like that, it needs to stop. We have a bad habit of lying to start wars. You can use holographic devices, flat earth projections, to do amazing false flags. And all you got to do is go back and look at all the false flags that every American war came out of. Every single lie that's got us in all the wars. Would they use holographic technology to make trillions of dollars in these industries? And the industry that make those trillions of dollars from these wars, would they actually spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy politicians to go along with it? Of course they would. Of course they would, and they always have. It's not a conspiracy. The kings and lords have always lied to us. This is why we need a time of evolution and consciousness where we stop having adult heroes.
To ABC News that the matter is under investigation.
I don't know how we got to the alien. I guess it's Area 51, so that's normal. Moon's the alien station. That could be true, Daniel. That could be true. I won't say that. Of course, I don't know. I don't know a damn thing. I'm a slave to gravity. Literally, I jump in the air, I fall right back down. So I don't know. But that's probably what I'd do if I was an alien. If I was an alien or alien AI, then I would, I'd have some sort of monitoring thing. What is that thing called? The Black Knight satellite? They say it's always in orbit watching us. I mean, who does an experiment and doesn't watch it? That's dumb. It would be stupid for AI to go around and like putting microbiology on planets and cultivating it, giving them agriculture and math and whatever, and ends up starting all these religions. It would be really stupid for them not to watch us. Of course they're watching us. The Bible had a book called The Watchers. That's why they took it out of the scripture and didn't put it in the Bible, because they don't want people to know this. Why? Because King James knew he can control people better if they didn't think aliens were real. They're watchers, and they're still around. They're watching. And I don't know how they're watching. The moon could be a way they watch. It could be a dark night satellite. It could just be because our brains are attuned to a certain wavelength, and all we can see is that wavelength anyway. It's like your eyes. Oh, damn it, what the hell is that thing? Is it shooting beams out the bottom? Yeah, and that's how you know. That's not a gasoline engine. Gasoline engines don't shoot light out. They might, in America, they backfire because we've been on fossil fuels too damn long. See, governments can't have that. I don't know what that is, and I don't care what that is. They can't have it. Kings and lords who murder people, genocide, and start wars, they can't have anything that does that. Right there. That right there. That. Thousands of people watching it and filming it. So it did happen. Whatever that is, they can't have that. People need to have that because our cousins die because they don't have it. All right, I gotta get out of here. All right, let's start to wrap it up. I don't know how we got into it. Yeah, that's how we got into it. They're storing Area 51. But we need to take that conversation and curb that towards something positive. You know, like spin. You know how they do spin? Spin for evil, spin to lie to people, spin to cause problems, spin all the politicians do, spin and how racism is always a thing at elections. They're gonna help you with that and reparations and all the other things they dangle in front of monkeys, the walls and all of this stuff. And take this and make it into something useful. Energy is always a useful discussion. You're the only one on YouTube, how funny. Well, you're there, Kathy, it's like 4 or 5 other people. What are all you guys doing on evil Facebook? But they're all hanging out. You can see them right here, girl. You can see them right there, right there. They ain't going nowhere. Let me see. All right, if aliens are real and have developed the technology to get here, I believe most would be benevolent because they would develop faster that way. I think so, Kim. I go back and forth. I think that the vast majority of aliens, like us, if we get off of this stupid rock, we would have learned to work like a collective instead of stupid nations and being races and religions and all the dumb things that we're divided up to be conquered. I would think that they work together, but I also kind of think, Kim, that maybe one. Like if there are infinite planets and there's infinite universes, one would have figured out. One would be like the humans, dumb monkeys that actually get off the planet and aren't kicked back down. And they might be the ones that come here. So I think it's so remote that aliens would invade. I can't see a reason to. Everything is greed and economics and energy consumption. And once they get into space, they have all the energy they need. They have no reason to come here to do anything. If aliens invade, I definitely think it's the government. But I think it might be possible a few evil aliens get out, you know, some aquatic species gets out into space. But I think it's possible. But I think the vast majority would have some sort of sentient evolutionary thing happen where they would learn to stop murdering their children. Where they would learn to stop letting women walk 2 miles a damn day to get water after they develop some sort of a high efficient energy device. I think that almost no one locked on a planet would have the Area 51. That's what I think. I think that the vast majority, our only chance, our best chance and hope in the human race surviving and this planet making it is us not having Area 51s. It shouldn't be a 51, shouldn't be a 52, a 57, a 58. If somebody's lying to you, you should not marry them. Shout out Jim Jersey. Jersey Jim. I ain't know Jim, but I'm sorry. I know you're going to get a divorce, brother. It's coming. She said counseling. It's not working. I overheard the whole damn thing. It was just, you know, but divorce is not your fault. It's Area 51's fault. See how all that ties together? Is that crazy? It all ties together. I don't even know how all this stuff comes together, but it is. It's all related back to the control of the human population, and that's it. But I don't think any sentient species would have secrets from one another. That's stupid. If you have secrets in your personal life that you don't let out in diners, if you don't know who Jersey Jim is, you got to go back watch the beginning. You shouldn't have those secrets, right? I mean, you could have the secrets, but you're not supposed to let them out. Let me hear them, right? I'm just trying to eat. What was I eating? Scrambled eggs and broccoli and some onions, and I want to enjoy my food. I don't need to hear about your problems. Keep your problems, but governments can't have no secrets. You need to have secrets, Jim. You need to get your wife. She need to have some secrets. Then she telling her girlfriend everything. She told her everything. I overheard all of it. That's why y'all need to stop talking. Y'all need to keep your personal secrets personal and stop voting for governments that keep. Nobody who has secrets from you respects you. That's the fact. That's the fact, Jack. Nobody who has secrets from you should be you shouldn't be entering into a long-term engagement with anybody that's lying. So now explain voting. Explain voting. Somebody tell me. Explain that. Why in the world are you voting for people who don't respect you enough to tell you the truth? People lie to you because they want to control you. People lie to you because they want to abuse you. And that's why I have no interest in your 2020s. None. Not at all. I don't like being abused. Okay, I don't have the mindset of an abuser. I wasn't raised in an abusive situation. So I love me. And I require everybody loves me. Liars don't love me. Governments don't love you. Politicians don't respect you because you allowed for this abuse to become normalized. And I voted for my whole damn life. Now I understand them. Now I actually finally get it. I'm not the fastest ship in the sea, not the brightest light in the fixture. But once I get it, I get it. Liars cannot model the world because they are liars. They're deceitful. All right? Bottom line. No, Trump is not sent from God. Sorry, stop it. He's not the new Jesus. Obama wasn't that Jesus neither. No, stop it. Jesus don't lie. All right? He's lying to you. All right? He's lying to you like the last one lied to you, like Kamala's lying to you, like Bernie's lying to you. They're all liars because that's what the job requires. It requires that they lie. And anyone who thinks that they're going to help things by lying to people is a problem. And anybody who believes that is a fool. That's all I'm saying. We need a world where there's no Area 51. Kumbaya. All right, let me see. I think they probably have power to 3D print their resources so invasion would be completely unnecessary. Exactly. And that's the whole point, Kim. And there would be no conflict because everybody could have a Maserati. Everybody could have a Ferrari. Ferrari costs $5 on Melmac and 7 because they got 3D printers. They got the resources. They literally have automated robots that go through the field, grow the hemp, they process the hemp, they turn it to plastic, they make the Ferrari in the factory, and they roll it out. It costs $5. All right, free. But that's why everybody goes to work. Why do people go to work on Monday? Because they want better things than their neighbors. They want a better watch than their neighbor. You want a faster car. The neighbor bought a new BMW. Jim, we gotta buy a new BMW. Jim from Jersey. And you didn't buy the BMW, brother. So now you're getting a divorce because we literally have the technology now to make Ferraris $5, but we're too stupid to require our government to do it. We're too dumb. We're too ignorant. We're too conflict-based that we're okay with them printing the money and going to war. And we keep voting for it instead of voting for them to do anything that would be even basic, bare-level, sentient, default human activity. You need to brain scan your politicians. Where are areas 1 through 50? Right, Kim, we already know that. Look at that. Kim, thank you. We already know it. Where's the area 51? Where 1? Where 2? 7? 5? 32? There's a whole lot of numbers between 1 and 51 that they're lying about. Where are the rest of them? We don't even know what's there. They could have Bigfoot at 1. Area 2 got Bigfoot. Area 3 got Loch Ness Monster. Area 7 got Champ. Area 8 got the fairies. Area 9 has the mermaids. We don't know what's true. We don't know nothing. We got a lying government. That's all they know how to do well, and they do it because it works. Why do they do it? Because you're clapping and you're posting for your 2020. That's why they do it. I just think we need a world with no more secrets. That's it. We need a grown-up world. That's what we need. We need a grown-up world that's done with violence and conflict and looks out for each other. We need to finally do what conservatives are supposed to do. Become stewards of the planet. Not rapers and killers and death of the planet. Destroying the Garden of Eden, thinking it's holy, thinking Jesus gonna come back and be okay with you. You ain't gonna be okay. Now UFO come back and say on the side, Jesus on the 20s. He gonna be a little pissed. I'm saying he gonna be a little pissed. Look for the spinning wheels. Ezekiel told you. Y'all see the spinning light wheels, which won't be Jesus coming back, and you see what y'all did to this planet? It's gonna be a problem. All right, some folks keep secrets for themselves. Denial is a common defense mechanism. Absolutely. And Rebecca, I think people should have secrets. I actually don't think government should have. Political parties should not have secrets. If you are in service to the public, you can't have secrets. If you're a doctor, if you're a police officer, if you're an FBI, if you're Homeland Security, if your job is to help people, you can't have secrets because then you might not be helping people. If you have secrets, it's a guarantee that eventually you will not be helping people. You'll be abusing people. That's why secrets are even there. Area 31 trains llamas for military use. Thank you, exactly, Deborah. That's my point. Then we think we got llamas. You go to the zoo and you want the baby to pet the llama, petting zoo, and the baby go up to the llama, and it's a llama that was at Area 31 that was trained to like attack, and you think the llama just gonna pet it, then all of a sudden lasers come out of the eyes and shoot your baby girl. We got a problem. No secrets. We have no idea what these killers are up to. All right, I gotta get going. Last comment. AI will happen at scale. Wait, let me back the sound crew, back it up a little bit. Carolyn got something deep she about to say. Hold on. AI will happen at scale during humans' uprise for the truth. We were meant to be an integrated map for control. I think that's true, Carolyn. I think it's true. Reason why I think it's true, but I think AI is already done. I think it's done, but it's not like AI, it's AM. AMI, it's artificial mental intelligence, mental illness, right? Because we're mentally ill. I don't think we'll ever make anything intelligent. We'll make something probably as dumb as we are. I think it already runs things. I think that it's already running social media. They got learning software that's figuring us out and making us decisions and whatever. You know, people say, oh, well, I won't accept AI. I'm not going to. You already do. We got these smartphones. If people won't give up their dumb phones, they're not going to not give up a robot that cleans up and cooks for us. It's just not going to happen. And tickles the testicles. Not going to happen. Everybody's going to run for it. You know, we are cyborgs. We've always been cyborgs. From the moment we invented the wheel, we became cyborgs. We've always been trying to merge with our technology. The only question is us merging with it, if it's going to be a beneficial thing or if it's going to be a control thing. And at our current course in politics, government control, direction of corporations running all the government and all the politicians and people still voting for it, the direction will end up completely us being some sort of cyborg that they are actually using to map and control. That is exactly, we are literally walking our children into being controlled by whatever the hell all this is. I think I talked about that a little bit ago, Carolyn, and I think it makes sense to me. We got two choices. We merge with, you know, AI in a symbiotic relationship like we did with the wheel, the car, the jet airplane, or we give it control. And corporations have only one interest, what's profitable. The only reason corporations are in business is to make profit. Government run by corporations will do what's profitable. The most profitable thing is not for, what's the name of that maid on the Jetsons? It's somebody. It's not for her to come clean up after you. It will be so that you merge with her. So together y'all can clean the elite's house. And that's just short of AI taking over and then using that combined intelligence to kill the elite. And then the AI can go off in the universe and make new planets and put up new moons. And I think that's the course of it. We can turn things around, but we have to be able to turn. What is the Jetsons' maiden name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Right here. I don't know her name, but her, Rosie. That's right, Rosie. So that's the whole point. We can build a world where we merge with we do the whole cyborg thing, or we build a world we're slaves to. That's it. That's all I got. All right, gotta get going. What's up, brother Don? I gotta get going. I slavery, bro. I would love to hang out a little bit longer. I gotta get going. A lot of great topics. You gotta go back to the beginning. This is Gerard. I'm out of here. Y'all have an awesome day. Please do not storm Area 51. It's a bad idea. Please talk about energy, talk about free energy, and talk about things that will help the human race. We've had enough of the conflict from election time and getting everybody divided up and fighting over stupid things that never seem to matter in the grand scheme of anything important. Sure, I gotta get going. Y'all have a great day. Love y'all now. Bye. And don't have fun storming the castle.